ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्तिस्वामिने नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। So namaste once again everyone and a very happy Diwali to all of you.
Namaste Guruji. Namaste Guruji.
Namaste Guruji. Pranam.
Pranam. Namaste. Okay. So we are on the 9th mantra. I think we just started the mantra, isn't it? I don't remember. Anyhow, we will chant. Avidyayam bahuda vartamanaah.
Avidyayam
Vayam kritartah.
Vayam kritartah.
Ityabhimanyanti bhalah.
Ityabhimanyanti bhalah.
Yat karminah. Na pravedayanti. Ragat. Tena turah. Kshina lokachya bhante. Good. So we will read the bhashyam also, small bhashyam. Avidyayam bahuda bahuprakaram.
Avidyayam bahuda bahuprakaram.
Vartamanaah. Vayam eva. Kritartah kritaprayojanaah. Iti evam. Abhimanyanti. Abhimanam kurvanti. Balah. Ajnaninah. Yasmad evam. Karmino na pravedayanti. Tattvam na jananti. Ragat. Karma phala raga abhibhava nimittam.
कर्मफलराग अभिभवनिमित्तम्
Tena karanena
तेन
कारणेन
aturaha dukkartaha santaha
आतुराः
सन्तः
Kshina lokaha
क्षीणलोकाः
Kshina karma phalaha
क्षीणकर्मफलाः
Swarga lokat
स्वर्गलोकात्
Chavante.
वन्दे
Good. So, after completing the discussion on the word meanings of the mantra, we entered the Bhashyam in the last class. And Bhashyakara is giving very simple explanation of the words of the mantra because the idea expressed in the mantra is a continuation of the idea expressed in the previous mantra. So, continuing from the previous mantra, Bhashyakara says that the people who were referred to in the previous mantra are remaining in ignorance in manifold ways. Their ignorance has got multiple dimensions and variety of consequences. And one of the significant product of this ignorance is that they are not only blissfully unaware of their ignorance, but they also consider themselves to be accomplished and fulfilled. They think that they have achieved everything in life that is worth achieving. And they have no clue about moksha purushartha and the means to achieve it. And they just revel in their achievements in the area of artha, kama, and dharma and are drowned in self-glory. They are proud of their achievements. So these people are entertaining a false pride that they have attained the goal in life. Really, they are not kritartha. They are not fulfilled people. But they think that we are kritartha. And because of that, abhimanam kurvanti. For Sanskrit students, here the word abhimanyanti is a Vedic prayoga, Chandasa prayoga. In fact, it is a mandatu atmanepadam. So in terms of grammar, it should be abhimanyante, not abhimanyanti. So therefore, as I said earlier also, Vedas have got the liberty to change everything, change the grammar rules. And these are all minor technical points, And that is why, in order to retain the grammatical form, Bhashyakara very intelligently, brilliantly translates as Abhimanam Kurvanti. Right? So, he doesn't get into too many details. He does not say Abhimanyante and all. He says Abhimanam Kurvanti. So, they are very proud of their achievements. And who are they? The Upanishad says Balaha. Balaha is here not child. They are childish and immature people. It is somewhat like a child which has itself inflated a balloon. And it will proudly show the balloon to all the elders and claim that, this balloon, I myself inflated, such a big I made it. Little knowing that the balloon can burst at any time. The child, of course, is innocent, and therefore we do not attribute any immaturity to the child. And the child will be happy playing with the balloon till the balloon bursts. So, till such time, the child will show the balloon to all the known and unknown people and keep emphasizing that, its own achievements. I myself inflated this balloon, I didn't take anybody's help. And we elders, when we see a child or hear a child speaking like that, we will neither ignore nor say it is a great achievement and all, because we know it is a child and it is immature. In fact, sometimes we may even appreciate the child, they say, oh, very good. That's a very great achievement of yours, great, wonderful, all that we may say, just to sort of, encourage the child. Similarly, the Jnanis also, when the Grihasthas talk about accomplishment of their son-in-law, daughter-in-law, son, daughter, in the US, etc., these Jnanis will look upon that as a balloon which can burst at any time. Especially the chances of such balloons bursting has increased in the recent times. Therefore, Bala hai. They are not physically children, but they are as ignorant as children about the ephemeral nature of these achievements. And therefore, Bhashyakara translates Bala hai as Ajnanina hai, ignorant people, immature people. Now, Bhashyakara goes to the third line of the Moolam. Yat karminah na pravedayanti ragat. And then he puts in a long sentence in the Bhashyam and completes the Bhashyam of this mantra. In one sentence he finishes. Yat yasmat evam karminah na pravedayanti tatvam na jananti ragat karma phala raga abhibhava nimittam tena karanena aturaha दुखार्ता संत है क्षीण लोका है क्षीण कर्म फला है स्वर्ग लोका चवंते. So in fact, third line and fourth line of the Moolam, he takes it together and finishes the mantra. Karmina, we all know, means the ritualist. Karma asya asti sa karmi. That is the derivation of the word karmi. So karmina means one who is having karma, means one who is committed to karma. Those people are called karmina. Because they are karmis and they are longing for the karma phalam, these ritualists na pravedayanti. The simple meaning of pravedayanti means they do not know. But then the question means, are they totally ignorant of everything? Obviously not. So then the question will arise, what is it that they do not know? Because they may know to eat, even brushing the teeth, etc. They may be very good in all worldly affairs. They may know how to make investments and make good profits. Everything they may know. So, na pravedayanti, why is the Upanishad says, Bhashyakara is clarifying. He says, no, it is not like that. They may know many things, but they do not know what is required to be known for a fulfilled life. And therefore he says, Tattvam na jananti. They do not know the reality. Tattvam here means the truth. They do not know the truth. Truth of what? the truth of anityata, the truth of karma and karma phala is anitya. The truth that karma can give only anitya phalam, that truth they do not know. So this is the first truth number one. They do not know. Then truth number two is they definitely do not know the truth of Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. They do not know the truth of the truth in the form of there being only one reality behind Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. And they do not know swasya tattvam api na jananti. So they do not know the truth about themselves also. And why do they do not know all these truths? We can contextually translate tattvam api na jananti as they do not also know the fact. So the word tattvam can be translated as fact also. They do not know the fact that all worldly things are mired with three defects or deficiencies, which we have already discussed, of which the main one is dukkha mishritatvam. Dukkha mishritatvam. All worldly experiences are a mixture of sukha and dukkha. They will never give total satisfaction. In fact, when sukha comes, those moments of happiness will get us addicted to those comforts and pleasures. And this limitation of the karma phalam, they don't understand. They don't know the fact of karma phala being limited and ephemeral, and that it can never give permanent sukham. And why don't they understand? Because they don't think, they don't analyze. And why they don't think? Because they are busy accomplishing all these impermanent things, one after the other. Never satisfied, never contented. So, na pravedayanti. And another reason also is their attachment and obsession with various things, and being so, ragat. Ragat is there in the Moolam. For that, Bhashyakara gives the Vyakhyanam karma phala raga abhibhava nimittam. Basically, raga we have seen means attachment. So we should bring na pravedayanti and connect it with ragat. So karma phala raga abhibhava nimittam na pravedayanti. That's how we should do the Anvaya. So as I said, raga means attachment. Attachment towards what? Upanishad is silent. It doesn't say, it just only says ragat. And therefore, Bhashyakara supplies karma phala raga. Attachment to various karma phala. And this attachment is not a mild attachment. It is so intense that it has overwhelmed the thinking power. So abhibhava means overwhelming. So because of the overwhelming caused by attachment, Bhashyakara adds nimittam, means cause or reason. So the cause or reason for their ignorance is the overwhelming attachment towards karma phala. I am doing this karma, so I will get this karma phala. I am visiting certain temples because my children are not getting married. So after visiting the temples and praying to the gods there, I am expecting the karma phala in terms of settlement of the marriage of my children. And they are so much addicted to this karma phala that they don't think what is the connection between these two. And Gita students here will recall 3rd chapter. Bhagavan Krishna says the same thing. Avritam jnanametena jnanino nitya vairina kama rupena kaunteya dushpurena nalena cha. In fact, those Gita slokas and all are based on this line alone. Ragat. So because of raga, Vivek Shakti is overpowered. And overpowering of Viveka Shakti is caused by attachment. Then the next word in the Moolam is Tena. Bhashyakara says Tena means Karanena, because of that reason. So Tena Karanena is a correlative for Yad Yasmat. So Tena and Yad should be connected. So because of these reasons, what is going to happen in future when good prarabdha gets exhausted and when it is replaced by unexpected bad prarabdha? Isn't it? Shock after shock comes. And this person is not prepared for that. And therefore, he says, Atura hai. Atura is in the Moolam, and Bhashyakara says, is equal to Dukkhartha Santa hai. Being afflicted by sorrow in the future. Again, 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Ye hi samsparshaja bhoga hai. Dukkayo nayevate. Everything which is there in the Upanishad, you will find it in Bhagavad Gita. So, afflicted by sorrow in future, when the prarabdha punyam goes away, fades away, the Upanishad itself will say, China loka hai. Bhashyakara clarifies, China karma phala hai. And as I already mentioned, the word loka means karma phala. If you remember earlier also in mantra 1.1.8, this loka hai had come. There Bhashyakara interpreted the word as bhuradaya. That is 14 lokas, 7 up and 7 down. Bhuhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maya, Janaya, Tapaya and Satyam. These are the 7 upper lokas. Then 7 down, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Tala, Tala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. So these 14 worlds, and so if they are called lokas, we can understand. But how to understand karma phala as lokas? If you are actually clued on to what is being said by Bhashyakara, and also the meaning, the general meaning that we know about the words which is there in the Upanishad or in the Bhashyam, such questions will automatically come. So we must understand that the word lokas has got many meanings. One, of course, is the 14 lokas, which we have just now saw. There is another derivation for the word loka. Lokyate anubhuyate bhujyate iti loka. Anubhuyate means experienced. Bhujyate means consumed. So, in fact, the 14 worlds are called loka because those worlds are experienced. And they are experienced because of what? they are experienced as our karma phala only. So karma phala experience, how does it express itself? In one of the lokas only. Lot of punya karma, you will go to the upper lokas. Lot of papa karma, you will go to the lower lokas. And balance between punyam and papam, more or less balanced, bhuloka. Experience of bhuloka. And therefore, karma phala is also called loka. So, see, punyam and papam are very abstract things. They cannot be directly experienced. How do we then experience punyam and papam? We experience through its effect, isn't it? What that punyam gives us, comforts, happiness, pleasure, wealth, etc. Or what that papam gives us, like dukkham, misery, grief, etc. That is how punyam and papam are expressed. And that is what we experience. And therefore, karma phala in the form of punyam is here also called loka. Papa is not there because the context is that you are enjoying everything without understanding that they are all ephemeral in nature. So, even though the word loka can be interpreted for both punyam and papam, here contextually we must understand that the word loka here means punyam, the experiences which are caused by punyam. So, Kshina loka means Kshina karma phala. So, Kshina karma phala the punyam gets exhausted. And when the punyam gets exhausted, and when the papa karmas of this janma or the previous janmas fructify, what will happen? Sarval swarga lokachavante. Because of punyam, lot of punyam, this person has earned in the previous births. So he is in somewhere in one of the sarga lokas, enjoying. That punyam is now exhausted. Then what happens? Chavante, Swargaloka Chavante. So all the Swarga Sukham, Brahmaloka Sukham, or even this Bhuloka Sukham, any Sukham that they are enjoying, they will have a fall from that Sukham. Chavante means fall. So here, by saying Swargaloka Chavante, one situation is given. They fall from heaven, Swargalokat, and they can fall anywhere. They can go to Manushya Loka. They can go to other lokas depending upon the remaining karma. For example, from Brahma Loka, by the time the punyam is getting exhausted, they have not yet gained jnanam. They have not completed their course with Brahmaji on Shravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam. But they may not straight away come to Bhuloka. They may fall to one of the Swarga Lokas, from Satya Loka to one of the Swarga Lokas. All will depend upon what is the status of the balance of the punyam. But once punyam, that punyam because of which you got certain happiness, certain life, in a certain good life, I would put it. When that punyam is exhausted, fall is certain. The only problem is that we do not know when the punyam, because of which we are all enjoying all these pleasant, happy situations, is going to be exhausted. And day in and day out, we are seeing people around us. Isn't it? At one time, they are in the top of the world. Within few months, they find themselves in jail. Sometimes solitary confinement. So, what the Upanishad says is not something, just a story or anything. We see that, we experience that in our everyday life. It is like the cooking gas cylinder at homes. Of course, these days people have electric cooking range, piped gas. Even there also, there are issues. But in olden days, the housewife would not know when the gas in the cylinder will run out. And as things would go, what is that, some law is there, if things have to go wrong, it will go wrong. This person, he would have invited some guests.
Law.
Sorry?
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law. They would have invited some guests and the big cooking will be going on. And in the middle of that cooking, the gas cylinder will go off. Those days, I remember even getting a gas connection itself was a very, very big challenge. And getting an extra cylinder was more of a challenge. Of course, nowadays, people have an extra cylinder as immediate replacement and all that. You call the gas agency fellow, within 1 hour, he will come and replace it, even sometimes even half an hour. But in those days, it was not possible. For getting one gas cylinder itself, we have to have a lot of punya. Sometimes the waiting period will be 1 week and all that. So just like we do not know when the gas in the cylinder is going to be exhausted, we also do not know when the balance of punyam, because of which we even got Swargaloka Sukham, is going to be exhausted. And that is the tragedy, rather. Without understanding all these things, without realizing the truth of all these things, these people are all ignorant people. This Bala, they are just reveling in whatever they have achieved. And this is the limitation of karma. This is all Maya Karya. First, it will give you pleasure and make you addicted with pleasure. And then one fine day, the pleasure will disappear. These days, you see, even senior citizens I have seen, addicted to this mobile. Initially, there was an utility when the mobile phones came. Then these people introduced so many apps and YouTube, this tube, that tube, Facebook, everything. Then WhatsApp, then groups were formed. Now, some people are members of so many groups that continuously they are getting messages after messages after messages, forwards after forwards. They are so drowned with that mobile phone. I mean, you see some cartoons and all appearing, because of mobile phone. The food in the stove is getting burnt, milk is boiling over. All those kind of cartoons. And you must imagine the people's plight when they lose the mobile phone. It's like a great depression they go into. Nervous. In fact, I actually personally saw one case. One old lady, she was traveling, in one auto rickshaw. And for making the payment to that auto rickshaw fellow, she used that, UPI app, what is that called? Google Pay or something like that to make the payment. Then she came into the house and she was searching for the mobile. She was sure that she has not left the mobile in the auto rickshaw because she has made the payment. But then, where did the mobile go? All over the house, this room, that room, kitchen, every bathroom, everywhere she searched and she was not getting the mobile. She went out and, scanned the entire road from where she came. She couldn't get. She became very nervous. I mean, I could see that she was very nervous, as if, some great thing, has gone wrong. Then it was found that one of the guests who was sitting in the sofa, he has sat on that mobile. And when he got up, and this fellow also great old person did not realize that he will see sitting on a mobile. So what I'm trying to say is this addiction, to this mobile pleasure is so much that when it disappears even momentarily, it leads to great, anxiety, fear, depression. Whereas moksha gives you pleasure and continues to give you the pleasure. Nobody can take that pleasure away. That people don't understand. And therefore, karma phala sukham is far, far inferior to moksha sukham. So, in this mantra, the idea which was given in the previous mantra is further elaborated. And it is said that these people are in ignorance, but they consider themselves to be fulfilled and they do not know the truth because of their attachment, their longing for karma phala. And because of that, they go to different places and finally they fall back to the dukkha. And that is how they remain in samsara. So karma keeps the people in samsara. That is the essence of this mantra. Now we will go to the next mantra, 1.2.10, which is the 19th mantra of the Upanishad. Okay. So in the next mantra also, the topic of karma ninda or karmi ninda continues. As I mentioned during the satsang of the last class, I think it was last class or maybe before that, the Upanishad does not want to leave any kind of doubt in our mind as to the efficacy or otherwise of karma marga as a means for moksha. So the Upanishad tries to cover the subject from all possible standpoints so that at the end of this section, we the mumukshus have got all the information and data that we need to make an objective analysis of karma marga versus jnana marga as moksha sadhana. So that is why, even though some of these messages we may find it repetitive or bordering on boredom, in fact. I think some student raised that question also. Why the Upanishad is going on insisting on this? Upanishad's approach is, see, I am not going to come back to this subject later. If you have got any doubt, please ask now itself. But I will from my side cover the subject matter of karma, karma phala and anityatvam from as many angles as possible. And I am giving you all the pros and cons, the good part and the bad part, so that you can take a objective decision which marga you should choose. Upanishad knows that every one of us have got free will and we will choose what we want to choose. But the choice should be an intelligent choice, a choice, I would say, informed choice, isn't it? So that is why the topic, the subject matter continues in the next mantra also. Okay. We will read the mantra. Ishta Purtam
Ishtaputam
Manyamanaha
Manyamanaha
Manaha
Varishtam
Varishtam
Nanyaha
Nanyaha
Shreyaha
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 Vedayante
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 Pramudaha
Pramudaha
Daha
Nakasya Prishte
Nakasya
Nakasya
Prishte
Prishte
Te Sukrutenu Bhutva
Te
Te
Sukrutenu
Sukutenu
Bhutva
Bhutva
Imam Lokam
Imam Lokam
Lokam
Hinataram Va
Hinataram
Nataram
Va
Va
Vishanti.
Vishanti
Vishanti
Very good. So I'll give you the Padacheda. Ishta Purtam Manyamanaha Varishtam Na Anyat Shreyaha Vedayante Pramudaha Nakasya Prishte Te Sukrite Anubhutva Imam Lokam Hinataram Va Vishanti. So let us first understand the gist of the mantra. So as I said, the same topic of criticism of the karmis is continued. Now here, the Upanishad is approaching the subject matter from a different angle. And it says that these karmis look upon only Vaidika karma as the greatest sadhanam capable of giving eternal swarga, because in some places Veda does say swarga is eternal and the citizens of swarga are immortal. There are Shruti Vakyas like that. In fact, even in Katopanishad itself, Nachiketas says, Swarga lokana bhayam kinchana aste na tatratvam na jaraya bhibheti ubhe tirtva ashanaya pipase shokadiko modate swarga loke. He is describing the life in Swarga Loka. Then he says, Swarga Loka amritatvam bhajante yeta dvitiyena vrine varena. So he says, Nachiketa says, Swarga Loka amritatvam bhajante. The people of heaven attain immortality. So it is said that Swarga is eternal and the people in the Swarga attain immortality. And these karmis take such statements literally. And therefore, all these Purva Mimamsa people, the Karmakandis, for them, Swarga is equal to moksha. And 99% people are like that only. They don't look at moksha purushartha as a separate purushartha at all, as a fourth purushartha at all. For them, through dharma or punya karma, attaining swarga itself is moksha. And therefore, they are lost in Vedic rituals. And as a result of that, certainly they will get punyam. Because we have already said, tadetat satyam, the rituals are valid. And therefore, they will go to swarga. They will have a gala time, dance, music, amritam here, amritam there. Amritam also has got another meaning, nectar, which is sweeter than honey, it seems. So it's not available in Bhuloka. We have to go to Swargaloka for that. So all of them they enjoy. But the problem is, for every sip of Amritam, 1 unit of Punyam gets exhausted. And unfortunately, Punyam is Adrishtam. It is not like the meter in our auto rickshaw or taxi that we can keep on watching, oh, how much the fare is increasing. You can't see the Punyam going up or coming down, like getting exhausted. And therefore, we won't know the bank account of Punyam is getting depleted. And one day, suddenly, in the middle of a beautiful dance program, or maybe Ramba or Urvashi, two people will come and they will come and say, get up. And they will put that person down in a flight to Bhuloka. Or as I said in the last class, teleport him to Bhuloka. And they will have to come back and get back to the old routine. So here, the Upanishad says, these people have now upgraded themselves in terms of their qualification. Previously, they were Muda. Now they have become further qualified as Pramuda. Filtered, deluded ones. Deeply deluded ones. Earlier, there was only one delusion. Now the delusion has spread far and wide like cancer cells. So these people think that the rituals are capable of taking them to Swarga, giving them eternal moksha. And what do they get is that they will actually go to Swarga, and after enjoying the pleasures, imam lokam hinataram va vishanti. They will fall down to Bhuloka or even further lower lokas. So the idea in this mantra is almost a repetition of the previous mantra. But some shade, some shade of difference is there in the meaning rather. Now we will discuss the words of the mantra. Okay. So ishta purtam varishtam anyamanaha pramudaha. Pramudaha. Pramudaha means, as I said, well deluded, deeply deluded people, intensely deluded. They ishta purtam varishtam manyamanaha. Why? What is the reason for their delusion? Manyamanaha means they consider, they think, but they believe. Manyamanaha can be the object of consideration. And Manyamanaha can also be the agent of consideration. But here, it is in the sense of agent of consideration, referring to the Karta. So Manyamanaha means considering. This intensely deluded people are considering. Ishta purtam varishtam. They are considering Ishta and Purta. These two types of karmas. These two types of actions to be varishtam. The most exalted, the most superior. Varishtam is superlative degree. So these deluded people are considering Ishta and Purta to be most exalted. Now, what is this Ishta and Purta? The word Ishta is used in two senses in Sanskrit. Suppose I say Dakshinamurti is my Ishta Devata. Their Ishta means desired, preferred. That I like the form of Dakshinamurti the most among other Devatas. Sorry. So there, Ishta means desired. But here, the word Ishta is not in the sense of desired. Here, Ishta means a particular type of Vaidika karma. It is a Shrauta karma which is performed through which the Lord is worshipped. And Purtam is the karma prescribed by Smriti, Smarta karma. So Ishta means Shruti prescribed karma. Purtam means Smriti prescribed karma. And for that there is one sloka for Ishta karma and one sloka for Purta karma. The sloka for Ishta karma is Agnihotram tapassatyam vedanam cha anupalanam atityam vaishwadevam cha ishta ityabhidiyate. So what does this sloka say? It gives a list of karmas which are all called Ishta karma. A sample list is given. What are they? Agnihotram. We have seen that even though Agnihotram is a standalone karma, it needs to be performed with other karmas like Darsha Paurnamasa, etc. for it to give results. If you don't remember, please refer to the discussions on Mantra 1.2.3. So all those karmas will come under Ishta karma because they are all prescribed by Shruti. So Shrauta karmas. Then tapaha. Certain types of tapas, austerity, penance is called Ishta karma. Then Satyam. Here Satyam is not a karma, but Satyam is what? It is a value, particular value. Satyam Vada says Taittiriya Upanishad. So Shrauta karma, that is also included under Ishtam. Satyam means truth. So Satyam Vada means speaking the truth. Then Vedanam cha Anupalanam. Anupalanam means continuation of the Vedas. Abiding by the Vedas means studying the Vedas and teaching the Vedas. Shruti Swadhyaya Adhyatavyaha. One's own branch of Veda is called Swadhyaya. If you are a Rigvedi, your Swadhyaya is Rigveda. Similarly, for Yajurvedis, Swadhyaya is Yajurveda. So Swadhyaya should be Adhyatavyaha. That should be studied. And again, Taittiriya Upanishad gives a huge list of Swadhyaya topics which should be learnt and taught. It says, Ritam cha Swadhyaya pravachane cha Satyam cha Swadhyaya pravachane cha Tapascha Swadhyaya pravachane cha Dhamascha Swadhyaya pravachane cha Samascha Swadhyaya pravachane cha Agnayascha Swadhyaya pravachane cha Agnihotrancha Swadhyaya pravachane cha Atita yascha Swadhyaya pravachane cha. Then it goes on to say Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam ma pramaditavyam. So the Shastra says studying the Vedas and teaching the Veda, in that pramadana kartavyam. Pramada means inadvertence, negligence, carelessness. So Vedanam cha anupalanam means continuation, maintenance of learning and teaching the Veda mantras. All this will come under Ishta. So Vedas are to be maintained. That is also one Ishta karma. And how do you maintain the Veda? First of all, you study the Vedas. And after studying, and if you have studied well, and I have to specify that if you have studied well in terms of chanting, then you teach others. And that is also called Vedanam cha anupalanam. So both studying the Vedas and teaching the Vedas come under Ishta karmas. Then Atityam, worshipping the guests, also a Srauta karma. In fact, in Kathopanishad, it is said that when a guest, especially a Brahmana guest comes, he has to be worshipped. Worship means you don't need to do any archana and all. Means you welcome him, make him comfortable, talk to him very pleasantly, offer him water to drink, seat, food, all that, this is all, what we can say, a mode of worship. So that also is Ishta karma, Atityam. And this, this worshipping, honoring the guest was highly emphasized in the Vedic culture. It is said that Atithi means a person who comes to your house without appointment. He is Atithi. These days, of course, we don't have Atithis at all, because even if somebody wants to come, we will tell, please call up and then come, so that we know you are coming. And our hall, the drawing room, or what we call, which is normally very dirty, we will immediately clean up knowing that you are coming. So a visit by an unappointed guest is an Atithi, and such a guest is considered as Bhagavan himself. So Bhagavan himself is visiting. Because we must understand the background. In those days, people used to travel mostly on foot. They will go from one place to another, and on the way cross many villages. They may be on a pilgrimage, basically. And they will start walking after sunrise, after their morning ablutions, etc. They will start walking and keep walking, take some rest somewhere. In some village, they will say, take some rest. And they will not have any food. They can't carry the food for a long time. So they will want to rest in somebody's house. So they will just go and knock the door, ask, can we rest for some time? Can you give me a glass of water to drink? Such a person who knocks the door, in Vedic times, it was considered as Sakshat Narayana has come and is knocking the door. The host will not know that person. Host will also not know whether a guest will come or not. And the guest will not know whether he will get food or not. And therefore, it is Bhagavan's plan. It is said, Atithi is looked upon as Narayana and his seva is to be done. Then Vaishwadeva. Vaishwadeva is a particular karma where Vishwadeva are worshipped. That is also Ishtam. So these many karmas are called Ishtam in this sloka. But as I said, the list given by Taittiriya Upanishad is much longer. And also the list given in this mantra is only a I would put it as a indicative list rather, not exhaustive. So anything, any karma prescribed by the Vedas, they are all Ishta karmas. Now what is Purta karma? That we will see in the next class. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha. Thank you all very much.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you, Guruji. Namaskaram.
Thank you.
Happy
you.
Diwali to everybody.
Sorry.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali once again to everybody. Happy Diwali. Yes, Sitaramji.
I have a question which may not be really related to today's class. My grandson today asked me a question. You say in North, Deepavali is celebrated as return of Rama from the war. And in South India, you say it is Naraka Chaturdashi. Then why are you doing Lakshmi Puja?
Lakshmi Puja in South they don't do.
Yeah, in the morning, in the Naraka Chaturdashi, after this thing, it is a Lakshmi Puja is done.
That is
At least
where it is done.
in my house, at least it is done.
Yeah, people like us who are in North, who have been, see, we are all people mixture of North and South culture.
Yes.
So this Lakshmi Puja is done mostly in the North.
Yes.
South, Diwali is only early morning, getting up, taking oil bath on Chaturdashi.
Yes.
And because it follows by Amavasya.
Yeah.
Amavasya, you should not take oil bath.
Yes.
So Chaturdashi, take bath, eat sweets, wear new clothes, maybe light the lamps, etc., etc. And then, wish the people, and that is all. That is the Diwali is a morning event in South.
Yes.
Whereas in North, Diwali is an evening event.
Yes.
And they light the lamps, everything is there. But then, all this cracker and Lakshmi Puja especially.
Yes.
And they do the Lakshmi Puja even at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen it in Bombay and all that. So, this Lakshmi Puja culture is not there in our South Indian tradition. But what has happened? People who have migrated here and there and all, nobody understands all these things. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're doing Lakshmi Puja, do it. That's why Dhanteras is in North. There is no Dhanteras in South.
There is no Dhanteras, yes.
So Dhanteras, then Choti Diwali, Badi Diwali, all these things are all North Indian practice. A lot of business people, so they want to promote all these festivals so that, the business is good and all
Anyway,
that.
I couldn't think of an answer. I told them when Rama comes back, he needs prosperity to look after the people, and he
Yes.
worshipped Lakshmi.
Yes.
So that Lakshmi gives him wealth and prosperity and
Yes.
enables him to help the nation grow.
Yes. And he will ask one question, smart boy. He will say that means in South Indian people, they don't want Lakshmi to be worshipped.
Anyway, he doesn't know. He thinks because at home it is done. So
Uh-huh.
he's combining both.
No. When you tell him this is the thing, it is North Indian, South Indian, he will ask this question. That North Indian, okay, I can understand they do Lakshmi Puja for prosperity, etc. That means what? South India, they don't do Lakshmi Puja, and so they don't want prosperity or what? A smart child will ask this question. But our answer is we do. In fact, not one day, we do 3-day Lakshmi Puja in Navaratri.
Yes.
Okay, first 3 days Durga, second 3 days Lakshmi, third
And
3 days Saraswati. So we are not, we expect do it more elaborately rather. So there also we do this only for prosperity and, Subhiksham and, all those kind of things for the nation to grow and all. That answer you can give.
So it was an interesting question which he raised. So I said,
Oh, true. See, this is the curiosity children should have rather. So does not just swallow whatever the parents are saying or elders are saying. They should ask the questions. And then that is how asking question only knowledge will grow, isn't it?
our knowledge grows.
Our knowledge also grows. In fact, incidentally, I should thank, I don't know where, Lataji. Lataji yesterday sent me one very nice forward where because I mentioned, I think last class, Gita class, I don't remember, 33 crore devatas. That is normally everybody talks about 33 crore devatas, 33 crore devatas, and there is a lot of criticism about that also, isn't it? Hinduism believes in 33 crore devatas and all that. Now she sent me one forward where 33 crore in Sanskrit is what? Trayo Trimshati Koti, right?
Yes.
So Trayo Trimshati Koti means 33 crores. That has been translated in English as 33 crores. Now, the forward said that the word Koti means a classification, it's a classification, a group, or you can call it a classification. So 33 crore, it is not 33 crore, but devatas are classified into 33 types of devatas. What are those 33 types we mentioned in the last class? Who are they? 8 Vasavadi,
Yes.
then 12 Aditis, 11 Rudras, then 1 Prajapati and 1 Indra. So like that explanation is given. So now, for me, it was a new information, honestly speaking. I have never looked at the word Koti as a group of people. So I told Lataji, looks logical, of course, but then I will not be accepting it just because some WhatsApp forward has come. So let me do my own research. So I did some research on that. And I should thank Lataji to put me on the track because I've discovered 2 facts. I discovered the fact, number one, that the 33 number of devatas, the classification is mentioned in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And it gives the same list. This Adityas and Rudras and Vasavas and all that. The list is there in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In fact, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is a little more confusing because it talks about first 303, then 3003, then 33 and all that, which I have to go through the Bhashyam more to understand why different numbers are being quoted. Then it's like all Upanishads, Yajnavalkya and one of his Shishya, they are having this conversation. So Shishya asks, what are those 33? Then he gives this list of 33. Now, what is the 3003? What is the 303? Which I have to still find out. The second aspect is the word Koti. I checked up in one of the, I would say popular Sanskrit dictionaries. Some of them are Vachaspatyam is there, Kalpadhruma and all are there. The word Koti has got a meaning of classification or a group, etc. That meaning is there for Koti. So independently, what the forward says is true. But when it is said Trayo Trimshati Koti, both of them coming together, the words being put together, I just have to now further research where that occurs so that we can certainly take that interpretation as a valid interpretation. Even if it is not there, there is no harm in understanding it that way. As 33 types of devatas we have got. And those 33 type of devatas, they represent the entire cosmic power. All the powers that are there in the cosmos are represented by the 33 devatas. That way also we can understand. And we can also understand in the way that 33 crore devatas are there because Each cosmic power, we treat it as a Devata. In fact, later on, we will see in this Upanishad itself, it will talk about Sapta Pranas. Sapta Pranas, we only know Pancha Pranas, isn't it? And it says Sapta Pranas, they refer to 7 sense organs. Now we know only 5 sense organs. From where the 7 sense organs will come? This all come in the, later on in the Upanishad, the 29th mantra or 30th mantra. We are in 19, so we'll come there. There the Upanishad says, or the Bhashikara says, even though sense organs, like for example, eyes, one sense organ, ears, one sense organ, nose, one sense organ, mouth, tongue, one sense organ, and skin, one sense organ, 5 sense organs. But that says, between the 2 eyes, each one is a sense organ. Because their functions are different. So for right eye, there is one Devata, left eye, there is one Devata. Similarly, ears, functions are different. Right ear function is different, left ear function is different. So one Devata for that. Nostrils, right nostril function is different, left nostril function is different. One Devata for there. Mouth, tongue, of course, only one tongue we have got. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, 6, 7. So these are 7 pranas. It's a 7 sense organs. So these are all, when we study all these things, we have to understand that so many subtle devatas could be there who will run into crores and crores and crores. We don't know. And when the Upanishads and all till honestly speaking, even when I was in the class studying, I had not paid attention to all these things. Now when I am studying the Upanishad with lot of commentaries and this, that and all, I am myself getting enriched in terms of knowledge. So we can justify 33 crore devatas also in that manner. Or we can also justify 33 koti means 33 type, 33 categories of devatas also. Both interpretation we can take and we can manage the situation rather. It is not one you have to take and another you have to discard. Both of them we can accept. But of course, my research continues. And when I get more information, I will share it with Lataji especially, and if I get an opportunity, share it here also.
Thank you very much.
You-
It's a very interesting thing. It's so many years you haven't thought of it. We haven't, but there's one child who thinks of it.
Yes, true. So we are also in some way Balasud.
Balas. And that too because he went to Chinmaya mission.
Yeah.
There he found the question
Absolutely,
period.
yeah. And that is the something really very great about Chinmaya mission. They are not only Chinmaya mission, I think even I think Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and all, they have got this for children, classes, regular classes. They teach, all these our scriptures and very simple way, all the culture and things like that and all. I found it, US it is done.
He's
In
US citizen.
Delhi also, when I was there, I used to know that some houses they were conducting. Sai Baba group also they were
They
conducting.
do it.
Sati Sai Baba group. So that's all very good. In fact, exposing the children, that's how they will become good Hindus later on. Sanatanis.
Sanatan is good. Sanatan.
Okay, good.
Hari
Any other
Om.
question?
Guruji, namaste, Lata here. Thank you for going through the research of the 33 crore devatas, Guruji. I'm sure you'll be giving more information on that. And coming to this, the Deepavali celebration, I come from northern part of Karnataka, where the Deepavali runs into 5, 6, 7 days, at least 5 days. What they call Dhanteras in we call it as Neer Tumba Haba. That means you do the Ganga Puja, and because the next day you're going to have the early morning Abhyanjanam. You store the water and then you do the Ganga Puja and then Dhanvantri Puja on the Dhanteras day, and also you either buy or donate things on on that day. And Narak Chaturdasi is, of course, you do the Narakasura, and then you get up in the morning and do puja, and then the Amavas day is when the Lakshmi puja observed in most parts of Karnataka.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
So Amavas, and then the next day, the Padami, the Pratipada is considered as Bali Padami, where the Bali Vishnu takes the Vamana Avtara and then pushes the Bali to the Patala. So the Bali Padami, and then the next day is also that's a special festival where it is dedicated to brother and sister.
Okay.
Hobbies banan mantatella, and that is the sister invites the brother home and then cooks food, and then
What is called as Bhai Dooj in North.
It's called Bhai Dooj in North. Yeah.
and Bhai-Dooj in that.
Delhi means North also, UP and all that. See,
So
that is why, for us, it is very, very difficult to give a simple answer to all these things.
yes.
And that is, I would call it one great thing about our glory of our culture, and also modern times, it's a difficulty we face to explain to anybody. There it is like that, here it is like that, and all that. But then India is it's a multicultural society rather. So practices differ from everywhere rather. So
I learned in something new today, Guruji, because a lot of people doing a lot of research into various Puranas and the Upanishads and Vedas, that Naraka Chaturdasi, apart from Narakasura Samhara by Krishna, in much earlier, it used to be a tarpana for the Yamadeva, I believe.
yeah. There is Yama Puja also. There's some people they are doing. They do that Yama Tarpana. They do it. Yeah, they do it. Yeah. Some places in some parts of India they do Yama Tarpana also. Yeah.
Yes.
Very true.
Yes.
So all these things are there. I mean, how many for a small child? What are all you going to explain rather?
I think you learn more and more about every day, every festival is more
Yeah.
towards spiritual progress and they're all religious, but then they're all meant for spiritual progress. Or every
They're all
single
meant for spiritual progress. True. Exactly.
festival.
That's true. That is very
Thank
true.
you, Guruji. Namaste.
Hari Om. Thank you. Thank you. Any more comments? Otherwise, we'll close the session. Okay. Happy Diwali to all of you once again. And
Happy Diwali, Guruji.
meet next
Thank
week. Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Guruji.
Guruji. Namaskaram.
Thank you.
Namaskaram.